We begin our discussion of the selective harvest concept on the ice in northwest Ontario. The target, a top predatory fish, the lake trout. Let's get on with the show.
Big fish, Gord.
Oh.
At least it feels good. He took me, it's 32 feet deep here. I was 15 down, saw him come up off the bottom, hit it immediately, took off, went right down to the bottom, as it usually do.
That didn't take very long either.
No, it didn't.
Now the other thing at 32, it could be a big northern, but
Yes, it could, but it didn't run.
No.
It hasn't run like that.
no.
There he's just stuck right there, see? There he is, there he comes.
Northern.
It's a big pike.
Whoops, hold on.
There you go. Wow, man, look at
Beauty, Douglas.
What a chub, man. Huh. You know, we're lake trout fishing basically, and this is a great bonus right there.
Is that ever?
But the thing that we're really going to talk about is this whole concept that we introduced in the late 1980s called selective harvest. And basically it's a concept that allows anglers to deal with fish on some kind of logical basis. And basically, it's all about harvest, selective harvest. We're all in favor of continuing a tradition of eating some fish because they're nutritious, they're delicious, and when they're harvested wisely is the whole point, they're a renewable resource. But on the other hand, there's also aspects to this where you have to consider, here I'll help you.
I got her.
Okay. Well, you have to consider that there's also some fish you shouldn't be harvesting, and this would happen to be one of them.
And look at that, that's all eggs down below there. That's a
Yep.
female that in 2-3 weeks, she's going to be right in shallow dropping all those eggs.
Yeah. And that, a fish like that, we eat pike. A little bit later in the show, we're going to fish for some small pike, and we're going to do some pickling recipes. But a guy like this is too, as Mr. Wolf said a long time ago, we can recatch this fish.
Absolutely. Almost fills the hole, Doug.
Yeah, 10-inch hole. Down you go, big boy. Now you know as much about, this whole thing about selective harvest as anyone. And, when you're talking about the fish to release, obvious, big fish, old fish, any kind of big fish because they're far and few between, basically.
Doug, it's just good conservation. You take walleye, for example, a female walleye at 16 inches, that's when she's spawning. So it's far, far better to keep, say, 2 13 or 14 inches. A lot of people say, well, that's kind of small.
Yep.
2 13, 14-inch walleye is far better than keeping one 18-incher. The 18 is spawning, or the 16, 17 are spawning, but those 12, 13, 14 are immature, and there's far, far more of them. So whether it's northern pike, lake trout, walleye, it's far better to keep the small ones, let the big ones go.
Man, that fish was really aggressive, active, just like a lake trout. There we go. Yeah, this is the 32-foot hole, and he was right on the bottom. Now with that pike we had earlier, that was just a big, beautiful, probably quite old fish. Certainly one of those fish that getting to be a little bit rare.
Yeah.
But with lake trout in particular, they can grow, well, how old do they get?
40 to 60 is not uncommon, Doug.
Years.
40 to 60 years old. And in the high Arctic, like far north in that crystal clear water where they only spawn every second, third year, they'll go 60 to 70 years of age.
So, whoa, there we go.
Ooh, I like that.
I do too. So the truth is, truth be told, when you're talking big lakers, there's really no reason to ever harvest one when you come right down to it.
No, and they're not good eating. They are what lays all the eggs. They're kind of the golden geese that lay the eggs. And there's nothing wrong with keeping those 3, 4, 5, 6 pound lakers. But man, anytime you get double digits or bigger, it's time to put them back. Oh, lovely Douglas.
Yeah, beautiful fish, man. There we go.
Wow, Doug.
And that is the epitome of
wilderness
fishing and selective harvest once again.
Yes.
Releasing the right fish to sustain good fishing while we have an opportunity to also harvest the right fish.
Yes.
Beautiful.
Isn't that something? 40-inch fish.
Probably 23 pounds.
Yes, all of that's just so heavy.